Hello and welcome. My name is Zafar Iqbal, and you're watching the Mojo Story. Now, the United Nations has accused Israel that it has, in fact, targeted its surveillance towers in South Lebanon, where a ground invasion is underway right now. And two of the UN peacekeepers have been hurt. They have been moved to the hospital. Uh, UN has been saying that there is a force, there's a United Nations force in South Lebanon that's the peacekeeping force, but they say that they were informed by Israel about a ground invasion, and uh, but uh, but this was specifically targeted. These two towers were specifically targeted at the CC cameras, TV cameras, and two persons were hurt. Now that is the situation that is developing uh, in Lebanon, where Israel has been targeting Hezbollah uh, for some time now. Hezbollah's chief Hassan Nasrallah has been killed in an Israeli attack, and since then, Israel has been carrying out this ground invasion in Lebanon. So essentially, this is a war that's being currently fought on different fronts in Gaza, in Lebanon, and also Iran, which has struck Israel with a barrage of ballistic missiles. Israel has vowed that it's going to retaliate. That retaliation has not come just yet, but clearly Israel has made its intentions clear. So the war that started a year ago has now spread into other theaters. Or also, it's not just limited to Gaza; it's spread to Lebanon, and also there is an escalation between Israel and Lebanon. But in all of this, there are Indian troops that are a part of the peacekeeping force in Lebanon. Amid this rising tension, according to reports, there are 900 uh, Indian troops that are stationed in South Lebanon, but they will continue to be there. They're a part of the peacekeeping force. That is what the UNIFIL, that's the United Nations uh, interim force in South Lebanon, has reportedly confirmed. So 900 Indian soldiers in Lebanon at a time when Israel has carried out this attack, fired with a tank at the tower in which surveillance equipment was installed, and two peacekeepers were hurt. So, but uh, uh, the peacekeeping force in Lebanon has confirmed that the IDF had notified to them of its intention to carry out limited ground incursions into Lebanon. Now, basically, these ground invasions are meant to push back Hezbollah from the borders with Israel, because Hezbollah has been carrying out rocket strikes inside Israel, and this is an effort to push them back. And so clearly, while on one side the war is undergoing in Gaza since more than a year, it's now started in Lebanon. Uh, Israel has targeted many places in Lebanon, and there have been multiple casualties. Many people, including civilians, have been killed in those strikes. Israel has been maintaining that many of the commanders of Hezbollah have been killed. Basically, they were the target. That is what Israel insists. And on the other hand, there is the escalation that started with Iran. Iran has, after Hezbollah's chief Hassan Nasrallah was killed by Israel in Lebanon, and Hamas uh, political chief Haniyeh was killed when he was on a state visit to Iran at the swearing-in ceremony of its president. Now, after that, Iran conducted a series of uh, uh, missiles were fired at Israel. Some say 200 missiles, according to reports, 180 missiles or more than that were fired at Israel. Iran maintained that it was targeting Israel's military installations, though Israel says that those missile attacks were thwarted. they were blocked, and there was really no damage that were that those missiles caused inside Israel. But at the same time, they vowed to strike back and to retaliate. Now, how are they going to retaliate? There are various options that are being discussed, like Israel might, in fact, hit at the nuclear facilities of Iran, or it might actually target its energy installations. Now, all of those options are on the cards, but Iran has indicated that it will go up the escalation ladder, and it will uh, hit back if Iran conducts any sort of a retaliation. So that is the war that's happening between Israel and Iran. But of course, on the other front, between Israel and Hezbollah, Israel says that Hezbollah is just a proxy of Iran, and they are pushing them back in South Lebanon. But clearly, amid all this, UN has alleged that Israel has attacked, in fact, fired at the tower of a facility of the UN, which had surveillance cameras installed. And in that, two persons were hurt, part of the peacekeepers who were present there. They have been moved to the hospital. So what we see as escalation on multiple levels uh, at in Israel and Gaza, and and of course in Lebanon. So the war that started a year ago is continuing, and there are more uh, casualties that are taking place now. In fact, United Nations, the UN, has put out a statement. Also, it says that this morning two peacekeepers were injured after an IDF Merkava tank fired its weapons towards an observation tower at UNIFIL's headquarters in Naqoura, directly hitting it and causing them to fall. It says the injuries are fortunately this time not serious, but they remain in hospital. So, clarifying that the people injured are not critically injured, but they have sustained minor injuries. Now, uh, the UN peacekeepers are present in South Lebanon to support the return of stability, according to a Security Council mandate in 2006. And deliberate attack on the peacekeepers is a violation of the international humanitarian law. Now, uh, now the statement also says that um, in the past days we have seen incursions from Israel into Lebanon, in Naqoura and other areas. The UN mission has said IDF soldiers have clashed with Hezbollah elements on the ground in Lebanon. So we remind the IDF and all actors of their obligations to ensure the safety and security of UN personnel and property, and to respect the inviolability of UN premises at all times. The UN mission has said that we are following up with the IDF on those matters. Now, the UN has, of course, said that it was an Israeli attack on its towers, in which um, two of the peacekeepers were injured. Now, all of this coming at a time when there are 900 Indian soldiers deployed as part of the peacekeeping mission in Lebanon, and they continue to be stationed there. They have said, the peacekeepers on the ground have stated that IDF had informed them about a limited ground invasion in Lebanon, but clearly the UN stating that it goes against the humanitarian laws that UN facility or UN peacekeepers are targeted. So clearly, this escalation taking place in Israel and its neighboring areas, the war that started a year ago, that started with the Hamas attacking northern Israel, and Israel hitting back, has now spread into Lebanon, and also tensions on an all time high between Israel and Iran. We'll keep you updated about the situation that develops there. But for now, thanks so much for tuning in and for watching the Mojo Story.